The beauty of nature and the animals that live within it is enough to mesmerize, to captivate. But when you realize animals like these
try and get her up and over this rock
are in danger, the focus can shift.
Most rescued sea turtles are rescued either due to entanglement, ingestion of plastic, or boat strikes.
Sapphire here was struck by a boat in the wild, not once, but twice. Every year, thousands of sea turtles like her emerge from their nests. Few survive to adulthood, with the estimates being only 1 in 1,000 to 1 in 10,000.
In some situations, it means that an animal is so impacted that they can't survive on their own out in the wild. That's where the Living Coast steps in.
Ayanna Reissmand is the animal care manager here at the Living Coast Discovery Center, south of San Diego. She explains the crucial role that animals like Sapphire play in saving her species.
In turn, they're able to serve as ambassadors for their species. People can come here and see some of those animals that they might not be able to connect with out in the wild.
The World Wildlife Fund's latest report says the last 70 years have been detrimental to populations across the globe. Freshwater species dropped by an average of 83%, and vertebrate populations in Latin America and the Caribbean fell an average of 94%.
Without them, I mean, it's grim. That's the best way to put it. It's going to be a constant decline if we're not trying to combat that.
But scientists say there are success stories here in this country that prove change is possible.
You can see a difference. And we have, especially with the Mexican wolf species survival plan, we've seen a drastic change in not only the numbers of a species that was almost extinct, but also in the ecosystem and the mindset of people living with wolves.
Ciera MacIssac and her team are partially to thank for their recovery. The California Wolf Center is the second largest holder of Mexican gray wolves in the world.
And our mission is to return wolves to the wild, where they belong and where they've been in existence.
They know firsthand what happens when there is a decline in a species.
When you lose a species, it cascades into the ecosystem in that area that affects other ecosystems.
We had a taste of it. So with Yellowstone, it really showed us what an ecosystem can look like without their apex predator, without their keystone species, the wolf. The elk populations, the deer populations exploded. They started overgrazing. They started eating all the roots and saplings of trees. So an ecosystem fell out of balance.
So what happened in the late 1880s into the early 1900s is we pretty much eradicated the wolf from North America.
Teresa Kozin, the executive director, says organizations like theirs work to rescue some, breed them in captivity, and slowly reintroduce them into the wild.
It took people with a vision to see that the wolf is not a scary creature. It's not a big bad wolf, that they can exist with humans.
There are 57 facilities currently that house Mexican gray wolves and are part of their breeding and release program.
Humans may be responsible for the decline of these populations, but they are also the solution to saving them.
It's an awakening for so many that that need to listen to that call and support the conservation efforts that we're working on right now all over the world to capture what we have left, to make sure we save it and to reintroduce it where we can.
In San Diego, I'm Jessie Cohen reporting.